great acharyas that came from Jiva Goswami, Srinivas, then Narottam Das Thakur, and then the third one was Shamananda Goswami. So they took the books of the Goswamis and basically was the first ISKP, the first traveling Sankirtan mission. And they spread the teachings of the Goswami all over India. And they themselves, they also have the books and the preaching, especially Narottam Das Thakur, that became the great prominent acharya. And then you have Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, that we have access to so many of his great books and teachings of, the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Very exciting personalities, and their teachings and their writings are so inspiring. And then Baladev Vidyabhushan, similarly, we also read, we're the beneficiaries of the commentaries of these two great acharyas, Vishwanath Chakravarti and Baladev Vidyabhushan. In fact, Srila Prabhupada, the Bhagavad Gita that Srila Prabhupada presented to us, Bhagavad Gita as it is dedicated and to a special dedication to Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan. But after that, then there were a couple generations in which the great teachings of Lord Chaitanya went into obscurity. It's not the presence of pure followers of Lord Chaitanya, pure Rupanugas, following the line of Srila Rupa Goswami. They were there, but they were very secluded. They were the presence, as Babajis, performing very intense devotional bhajan. They were there, but because I can say, from my level, the only thing I can say is the design of the Lord. It was His plan. Somehow or other, the teachings of Lord Chaitanya went into obscurity, and some devious presentations of the followers of Lord Chaitanya became very prominent, took, the main stage. And this we'll call all the Apasampradayas. So there was the so-called Nityananda Vansas and the Sahajas and this, that, and all these different groups that they presented themselves as the representatives and the followers of Lord Chaitanya, but they were doing all kinds of terrible things. So they basically, in the eye of the general public, then the pure teachings of Lord Chaitanya, the Gaudiya Vaishnavism, became sort of like a symbol of, like low-class debauchee type of, group of people, sect. So then it came the great Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that single-handedly, basically, he restored the supremacy of the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Single-handedly. Such an empowered acharya. He is considered the seventh Goswami. And by his prolific writing, by his personal example, and by his just brilliance, he was able to actually teach and establish the teachings of Lord Chaitanya from people of all levels, from a very simple village people to a great, scholarly people, kings, and important, powerful political people. He was able to present and convince them of the supremacy of Lord Chaitanya's teachings. But he was a great visionary, and he can see that he needed this push to bring Lord Chaitanya's teachings to the world, because Srila Bhaktivinoda was convinced, not only convinced, but he actually had the vision that these words of Lord Chaitanya, this was already predicted. Every town and village. And he actually had a vision of that. He had a vision that in Mayapur, there were going to be thousands of people from all over the world, all races, all countries, will come together to chant the names of Jai Sachinandana. He had that vision. And so, understanding that, he prayed to the Lord to have to send him someone that he can entrust the carry on of this mission, as he's gonna, finish his time in this world, when he's gonna, so he was getting old, so he can foresee someone have to carry out, and he have to be someone who is a personal assistant of the Lord. He wanted a rate of Vishnu. He doesn't want, some clever disciple who can understand. He didn't pray to have, some good students to carry on his mission. He prayed for a rate of Vishnu. He prayed for someone who was an associate of the Lord. Send someone that you trust here to assist and carry out that. And in 1874, I believe, let me see, the 6th of February of 1874, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta took birth in this world. And immediately the signs were there. This is a great personality. From birth, his umbilical cord was, it came out like we wear the Brahmin thread, like you say Mukunda Raghunath, you can see it, you go around his neck, and then his umbilical cord was like that, wrap it around his neck, like a Brahmin thread. So, people who were Brahmins and also high class, they could understand, oh, this is a very auspicious sign. This is not an ordinary child. This is not something that happens just like that. So Srila Bhaktivinoda named this child Bimala Prasad. And he was very glad. And in his heart, he felt, yes, this is my prayer. But, he was not 100% sure, but in his heart, he felt, yeah, this is the answer to my prayers, this child. And 6 months after the birth of little Bimala Prasad, then the Ratha festival was happening. At that time of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's appearance, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was the magistrate of Jagannath Puri. And so he was this most important governmental person. So as the great chariots of Lord Jagannath were coming down the big avenue in Jagannath Puri, and people, thousands of people were pulling the chariot, the chariot stopped. Lord Jagannath will do that. Stop in front of the house of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And then people were trying very hard to pull, but the chariot was sort of stuck. So Srila Bhaktivinoda took advantage of that, and with his wife, he came up, Bhagavati Devi, the wife of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, carrying little Bimala Prasad. She took advantage, and because he was such an important personality, then she was respected and allowed to climb the chariot and place the little baby at the feet of Lord Jagannath. And at that moment, when she placed the little baby at the feet of Lord Jagannath, the big garland just fell down and encircled the child. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur then said, this is the sign. It's confirmed. This is the ray of Vishnu. So this child, as he grew, immediately shows, the what a great, powerful personality. Because even as a little baby, even before actually of a school, of being, to be able to have an age to go to school, he have learned all the verses of the Bhagavad Gita, and not only that he can recite the whole Bhagavad Gita, but he can actually give a class and explain the purpose of those verses. So he was a brilliant child. I mean, we have Mukunda Raghunath that told us that when he was 5 years old, he learned 35,000 slokas. But Srila Bhaktisiddhanta also can sit down and give a class, on each one of these things and explain all the deep purpose of that. At age of 10, he got initiated in Harinam mantra by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself. And brilliant personality, lifelong brahmachari. As in his early 20s, he actually memorized the whole library, memorized every single book that was in the library. He was a walking library. And at age 23, he became such a prominent scholar of astrology that he opened a school. So it's like, we see Giridhari Prabhu, when 23 years old, opened the Giridhari Prabhu School of Philosophy, in Chicago. And many great scholars and prominent personalities in Bengal, they actually were studying under this 23-year-old powerful, young scholar. And so much that some prominent leader of education in Bengal, sir, he even have the title sir. He offered the chair of the university, some prominent university in Bengal, to be the chairperson. He's young, 20 years old, something. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta declined. He declined because he thought, actually, if I go for all this attention he was gaining because of his scholarship, he may have to go to marry, and then all these complications, and then that would disturb his real interest, which was, expanding the mission of his great father, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So by this time, he was assisting, he was actually being fully educated by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So he will be constantly traveling with Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, listening all the discourses, assisting him in the printing of the different books and magazines, editing, being the editor of the magazines of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So he was Bhaktivinoda Thakur's right person. And in his 20s, during these times, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said to him, order him, that if he wants to really, for things to really manifest fully, the devotional part to become fully manifested on him, he must take initiation, and being initiated by a bona fide spiritual master in the disciplic succession. So he directed him. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur had a very dear disciple, a very pure Vaishnava, Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji, that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur pointing, you must take initiation from Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta immediately accepted that and approached Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj for initiation. And Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, out of Vaishnava humility, he declined. He thought, this boy is such a powerful scholar, and I'm not able to even read my name. Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji was illiterate materially. So how can I initiate him? How can he be my disciple? It's not a good match. No. And I have no disciples, so you can go away. So very dejected, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta went away and then told Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur what happened. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, no, go again and ask him. And again he was rejected. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur say, actually, if you do not get initiated in this lifetime, you can consider your human life to be wasted. It's all wasted. So if you're not able to get initiated by Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji, don't come back to this home, because it's might as well your life is useless. So this time, Bimala Prasad went with great determination and approached Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji in a bridge. He crossed paths with Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji and immediately fell at his feet and said, please, to take him as a disciple. That his father, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, has told him that if he doesn't get initiated, his life is useless. So if he doesn't receive the mercy of Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji, might as well he just end his life. So he would jump from the bridge and kill himself. So Srila Gorkishore Babaji could understand the sincerity and the purpose, the determined purpose of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and granting initiation. And like that, then he started, to dive into the chanting of the holy name. We hear that part of his pastimes is that he spent 10 years as, a reclusive Bhajananandi, just chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He made the vow to chant how many? 3 billion, some huge amount, just like Haridas Thakur, so many huge amounts of names of the Lord that it took him 10 years to complete. And he lived, as basically like a Bhajananandi, a Babaji. He was able to do that. He had that power. And he also, in between that period of time of initiation and the passing of both Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji, he also assisted Srila Bhakti Vinod in his preaching. There's the famous situation of the presentation that he makes to the Brahmanas. And what is the difference between a Brahmana and a Vaishnava? And his presentation was so powerful that everybody was completely taken by, his presentation, that they basically went and to touch his feet. And a book was published from this presentation. That book is still available. And in 1918, I believe 1914. No, 1914 was when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur left his body, and shortly after Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji. And then after that, in 1918, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati took sannyas, the sannyas order of life. And he did it in front of the picture of his Guru Maharaj, Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji. And as a sannyasi, Tridandi sannyasi, he immediately established the Chaitanya Math in Mayapur. And he established a temple, even against all the Smarta Brahmanas that were at that time in Navadvip. And from there, he started to preach very powerfully. His preaching was so powerful that he was named the Simha Guru, that, the lion guru, that impossible for anyone to actually being able to defeat him philosophically. The Mayavadis will actually fled. If he crossed a Mayavadi and the Mayavadi didn't realize that here comes Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he physically will grab them and then, basically philosophically then dismantle them. So much and chastise, and so much that when they see him again, they will run away. There was a situation explained in the Pastimes of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta that there was this very prominent, powerful Mayavadi sannyas that challenged Srila Bhaktisiddhanta to a debate. But he gave Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, so Srila Bhaktisiddhanta agreed. Okay, we debate. And then this guy say, oh, okay, well, we can debate, but you cannot quote the Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta say, fine. Okay, but now you cannot quote either from the Mahabharata and the Ramayana. And then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta say, fine. Oh, okay. Well, you cannot quote from the Puranas, from the Puranas, from the Upanishads, and all the Shrutis. Okay. Okay, you can only quote from the Vedanta Sutras. That's it. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta saying, no problem. And then they say, oh, no, maybe you should not come. So they declined, to. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was fearless and unconquerable. He opened, during that time, 64 temples all over India. He traveled extensively, just as Srila Prabhupada travels throughout the world. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta traveled all over India. He toured constantly over India, establishing the supremacy of Lord Chaitanya's teachings. And he was able to make, he was a great revolutionary too, because he started to give Brahminical initiation to people who were not Brahminical by birth. So, regardless if you're a Sudra or by birth, or he will train them as Brahmana Vaishnavas. And of course, the Smarta Brahmanas of that time, they became very, very upset. And some of them even, they make plans to kill Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. So of course, that never happened. But that was the situation with Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, a great visionary. And he wanted to take the teachings of Lord Chaitanya to the West, just as Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So he made arrangements to send some of his sannyasi followers to Great Britain and preach. but they were not successful at that time. They only made one follower, and it was a German disciple. He only had a one Western disciple, was a German. But otherwise, it was a failure. And of course, we know that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's fulfillment of his vision of a worldwide, which was Srila Bhaktivinoda's vision, which was Lord Chaitanya's vision, was fulfilled by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So, but this was the power of this, he was the engineer, the visionary. Everything that we receive from Srila Prabhupada is the design of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. The whole structure of ISKCON is the blueprint of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Srila Prabhupada simply, and Srila Prabhupada says, my only claim of success, of power, is that I simply follow to the letter the instructions of my Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. So Srila Prabhupada simply executed to the letter Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's vision. And that is the success of Srila Prabhupada's, ISKCON. That is all Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. So we can pray to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati in this auspicious day that we can be instruments to serve his great vision, and in this way be able to serve Srila Prabhupada in taking, making this message of Lord Chaitanya reach, every single person in every town and village. We have 3 minutes before doing the next part of our program. If there's any comment or questions, or something that you remember of the past tense of Lord Chaitanya, you can, or Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, you can tell us.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for your class. One thing I was remembering, I haven't read the Bhaktisiddhanta Vaibhav, but there was one pastime in the section called Guru-Disciple Interactions. And in that section, I appreciate this point. Maybe you could expand on something about this. One disciple, Brahmachari, there was a festival, and they were putting together everything for Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. It was like an opening of one temple or a festival. And so basically what happened was that some brahmachari devotees saw another brahmachari misbehaving with some woman. I don't know, they didn't elaborate how he was misbehaving, but they chastised him so bad that he pretty much left the movement and wasn't going to come back. So during this festival, Bhaktisiddhanta asked about this brahmachari, and so then they told him what happened. And he actually, which is a surprising reaction from him, he actually said, I care more about that devotee than all these arrangements you have made for me. And I appreciate that point because he cared more about people than prestige, regardless of whatever circumstances. And so he made the point that, all those conditioned souls are drowning in this ocean material existence, and to push them back in there, even if they make a mistake, is very deplorable. So his disciples felt bad and they brought him back. It's a long story, but basically, how can we develop that mood more of, really sincerely caring about each other, regardless of the circumstances, more about people than prestige?
My Guru Maharaj makes a point that if you want to develop this amazing qualities, if you come across with the beautiful, inspiring qualities of these great personalities, then if you want to cultivate and imbibe those qualities, you associate with that personality through their teachings. So you start to read about them, to listen about the different, their writings and the things like that. So you sort of start to cultivate and imbibe those qualities that are so inspiring. So yeah, thank you for bringing that. Is true. Actually, he shed tears, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, and you can see that although he was such a powerful Singha, like almost like intimidating personality, he was so soft, so gentle, and so caring that that just completely touches your heart. I mean, I finished with this. I have the experience of having the association of His Holiness Srila Tamal Krishna Maharaj, who was known to be heavy like anything. And I saw him being heavy, but he was so caring that, the only thing that comes to your heart is just like how sweet and gentle he was. Although, externally, you won't want to see it, just to see him angry or displaying that mood was like devastating. It was, you just like, oh my God, Anyway, thank you so much. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaja Ki Jai. So we do the next part, which will be the Pushpanjali ceremony. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadanti Swa Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutha Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sanjeevam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijanam Sammitam Krishna Chaitanyam Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padhan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha Namavo Vishnupadhaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Namavom Vishnupadhaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Iti Namini Sri Vaishnava श्री वृषभानु देवी धायताय कृपाब्धये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान धायिनी प्रभुवे नमः। माधुर्योज्ज्वल प्रेमाढ्य श्री रूपानुगा भक्तिदा श्री गौरकरुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणी रूपानुगा विरुद्ध अपसिद्धांत द्वंद्वहारिणी नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भो रसाम्भोदे पादाम्बुजाय ते नमः। नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामिनी गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगा वरायते गौरविर्भव मेस्तम निर्दिष्ट सज्जन प्रिय वैष्णवो सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छा कल्पद्रुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्नी गौरत्विसे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांथा राधा कांथा नमस्तुते। जयथाम सुरतोम पंघोर मम बंध मतिर्गते मत्सर्वस्व पदाम्भोजो राधा मदनमोहनो दिव्या वृंदारण्य कल्पद्रुमद्रः श्रीमद् रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद्राधा श्रीलगोविंददेवो प्रेष्ठालभे सेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमान् दासरसारंभे वंशी वटतटस्थितः कृष्ण वटतटस्थितः कृष्णवेणु स्वनैर्गोपीर् गोपीनाथाय श्रीयस्तु श्रीयस्तु नः। तप्तकांचन गौरांगे राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती इति नामिनी एष पुष्पांजलि। कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती इति नामिनी एष पुष्पांजलि।
Right.
कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती इति नामिनी एष पुष्पांजलि।
Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Jayas Bhaktisiddhanta Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta 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 Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hare Bol, Gaura Hare Bol. Samsaradava lalidha lokha Tanaya karunya ganad ganadvan Samsaradava nalalidha lokha Tranaya karunya ganad ganadvam Pratasya kalyana gunarnavasya Bande Guru Sri Charanaravindam Bande Guru Sri Charanaravindam Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Baditramadyan Manasurasenam Mahaprabho Kirtana Nritya Gita Baditramadyan Manasurasenam Romancha Kampa Srutaranga Bhajo Bande Guru Sri Charanaravindam Romancha Kampa Srutaranga Bhajo Bande Guru Sri Charanaravindam Sri Vigraharadhana Nityanan Shingaratan Mandira Marjanado Shingaratan Yuktasya Bhaktam Chanijunjatopi Bande Guru Sri Charanaravindam Yuktasya Bhaktam Chanijunjatopi Bande Guru Sri Charanaravindam Chaturvidasri Bhagavat Prasadhan Shruadana Triptam Hari Bhakta Sangam Bhagavat Prasadhan Shruadana Triptam Kritaiva Triptim Bhajato Shadhaiva Bande Guru Sri Charanaravindam Kritaiva Triptim Bhajato Shadhaiva Bande Guru Sri Charanaravindam Sri Radhikam Madhavajora Para Mardhuya Lila Gunarupananam Mardhuya Lila Prati Shana Shwadhana Lolupasya Bande Guru Sri Charanaravindam Bande Guru Sri Charanaravindam Bande Guru Sri Charanaravindam rajuno rati kelli sidve jajali bhir juktira pekshanija Tatratidasya Tibalavasya Bande Guru Sri Charanarabhindam Bande Guru Sri Charanarabhindam Shakshadaridvena chamasta chastrer Uktastatas bhavyata eva sadve Kintu prabhoja priya eva tasya Bande Guru Sri Charanarabhindam Jasya prasadam Bhagavat prasadam Jasya prasadam Nagati kutopi Jasya prasadam Bhajan studvantasya syastri sandhyan Bande Guru Sri Charanarabhindam Bande Guru Sri Charanarabhindam Bande Guru Sri Charanarabhindam Bande Guru Sri Charanarabhindam O Sansaradava Nalalibhaloka Tranajakarunya Ganadganadvam Nalalidaloka Tranajakarunya Ganadganadvam Pratasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Bande Guru Sri Charanarabhindam Sri Charanarabhindam Bande Guru Sri Charanarabhindam Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Bhaktisiddhanta Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Bhaktisiddhanta Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki. His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki. His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. Gaura Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. Jaya Kishore Kishore, Jaya Kishore Kishore, Kishore Kishore, Jaya Kishore Kishore. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta, Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta, Bhaktisiddhanta, Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta. Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta, 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 Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta. Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki. Gaura Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Stottara Shata Shishimad His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Ashtottara Shata Shishimad His Divine Grace. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki. Adanta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki. Prince Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki. The most beautiful Lordship Shishi Kishore Kishori ki. Parama Karuna Shishi Gaura Nitai ki. The most merciful Lordship Shishi Jagannath Sivaladev Shrimati Subhadra Maharani ki. Sri Harinam Sankirtan Jagya ki. Itai Gaura Premanandi. Oh, glories to the assembled devotees. Oh, glories to the assembled devotees. Oh, glories to the assembled devotees. Oh, glories to Shishi Guru and Shri Guru.
Okay. Namaste Nadasin Aya. Lada Daine. Hiranya Kashipur Vaksha. Hiranya Kashipur Vaksha. Shiva Sankana Kalaye. Shiva Sankana Kalaye. Ito Nusima Padato Nusimo. Yatso, Yatso, Yamisato, Nisima. Bahir Nisimo, Hridaye Nisimo. Bahir Nisimo, Hridaye Nisimo. Nrsimha Mahadev Sharana Prabhade. Nrsimha Mahadev Sharana Prabhade. Haribo. Sabakala Kamala Vaye Naga Abhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare. Savalita Narari Rapa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Nishinga De Bhagavan Ki Srila Maharaj Ki Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Gaur Premanande Haribo Jai.
Mahaprasad.